Hello, I am Dr. Kelly Austin, and welcome to the Wire Writers Workshop, where I encourage you to be mindfully healthy as you impact higher education. This is our third Write With Me session, and I am so grateful that you've decided to spend this time with me. I hope that your week has been one of personal discovery and fulfillment. Today, we are focusing on the third prompt in the Professor's Week in Review, a journal for weekly reflections on the higher ed experience that I created just for you. This prompt asks, how well did you facilitate this week? As a result, we will be analyzing our facilitation skills through reflection. I am extremely excited about reflecting on this prompt because facilitation is an essential aspect of our teaching journey and really puts the higher in modern day higher education. I believe that now more than ever, our ability to facilitate effectively is what determines whether we send our graduates into the marketplace with not just a degree, but with transferable knowledge and skills that are applicable no matter the career path they choose. So, let me explain what it means to be a facilitator. The term facilitate is derived from the Latin word facilis and borrowed from the Italian facilitare. Hopefully I didn't botch those too much. And another language or two that we won't get into. It means to make a process or action easy or easier. Take a minute and think about that educator who made learning easy or easier for you. Now, that does not mean that the subject matter was not challenging, but it means that your teacher, instructor, or professor had a knack for making it make sense. And because they put so much effort into helping you understand the subject and probably even pull something out of you that you didn't know was there, they probably hold a special place in your heart to this very day. Go ahead and say their names out loud. I'm thinking Mr. Bantham, Mrs. Casado, Mrs. Hunter, Mrs. Clemens, Dr. Hairston, Dr. Okanta. My. I could name a few more. Did you say yours? Well, in an educational context, facilitation refers to the art of guiding and supporting learners' growth and understanding. Therefore, our role in higher ed classrooms or online courses extends beyond just imparting knowledge as a lecturer. Instead, it involves creating an inclusive, student-centered environment that fosters authentic engagement and active learning. Well, what is active learning? In the article, Active Learning, Creating Excitement in the Classroom, Bonwell and Eisen define active learning as students doing things and thinking about what they're doing. Ultimately, it involves two components. Can you guess what they are? Action and reflection. And according to Robert Diamond, in Designing and Assessing Courses and Curricula, a Practical Guide, active learning is one of the most significant changes that has occurred in teaching over the last 2 decades. The traditional lecture format, where the instructor talks and the students take notes, has been replaced by a number of approaches designed to increase student involvement and improve learning. With that in mind, as facilitators, we choose instructional strategies that meet the needs of diverse learners, and we do what it takes to make learning easy or easier. But what does that entail in the college classroom? There are 10 things you can do to accomplish this feat. Instead of breaking them all down right here, I'm just going to list them. And if you want more information, you can read further in the description area below. Take a minute to review the list and note any areas you may want to think about as you reflect today. Finally, I'd have to share 3 tips that will aid you in reflecting on your facilitation skills each week if I want you to do your very best with this process. So I'm going to share those 3 tips with you now. Number 1, set aside protected, sacred time. Dedicate a specific time each week to reflect on your teaching experiences and document them in your journal. For example, you may set aside Saturday or Sunday as your reflection day, or you may want to incorporate 1-minute reflections. You do this by taking 1 minute at the end of each class while your mind is fresh to reflect on what went well and what could have been done differently. This quick exercise helps you to develop an immediate awareness of your facilitation skills. In fact, this may be easier than waiting until the end of the week. Feel free to experiment with both methods to see what works best for you. Number 2, capture details. Write down very specific instances, challenges, or successes that you encounter while facilitating. Include any innovative techniques or strategies you tried, as well as student reactions and outcomes. The more detailed your entries, the more you can learn from them later. Also, the details may lead to recognizing that you need support from a colleague through peer observations or consultations. Help from an instructional designer at your institution may be something that you need, or some professional development to hone your skills in a specific area. Number 3, ask yourself analytical questions. After identifying the details, take time to think deeply about the learning experiences in each course. Some examples of analytical questions that you can ask are: what worked well? What could have been improved? And what surprised me? But you can certainly come up with your own. This introspection will provide valuable insights for your growth as a facilitator. In fact, you may even want to list your courses and these sub-questions right on the journal page. Now, let's do what we came to do, and that is write. Grab your journal or open the fillable PDF version on your device. Take a deep breath. Now, the prompt is, how well did you facilitate this week? The timer is set for 7 minutes. Let's write. Did those 7 minutes go by fast, or was it just me? If you did not have enough time, keep writing until you empty all of your thoughts on the page. Well, thank you for writing with me for the third session of the Wire Writers Workshop. Let this video be a companion for you as you reflect on how well you are making learning easy or easier each week. And listen, it does not matter if you have already laid out your entire course for the semester. It is okay to inform your students that changes are being made for their good as a result of your reflection. If you have not done so, go ahead and order your journal at bit.ly, the Wire Journal, or download it at bit.ly, the Fillable Wire. You can also click any of the links in the description. Until next time, continue to make it a mindful semester. Bye-bye.